All right, we're bringing back one of our favorite hits here. It's a video we did a couple years ago that got a lot of views. We're bringing it back, Bucky, with a little bit of a twist. This is a quarterback video on one play, one drive, one game, and for the next 10 seasons. You can pick one quarterback for each category. We've done it before. The twist is this time it has to be quarterbacks under the age of 30.
You're one of the next generation of outstanding players, the field generals, the guys that are going to carry the league to the next level. So no Brady, no Breeze, no Aaron Rodgers. We want to see who are going to be the guys that are going to be the standard bearers for the next 10 years.
Yeah, no Ben Roethlisberger either. All right, Buck, you're up first here. Which quarterback under the age of 30 would you want for one play? Keep in mind, we can't repeat answers here, so you only get one quarterback for each of these categories.
Okay, so for one play, I have to have someone that is an athletic playmaker, a dual threat. I'm going to go with Tennessee Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota. And Marcus Mariota is a guy that I'm loving because his ability to not only make plays as a pocket passer, but his ability to extend plays with his legs, to get down in the red zone, and we're saying the game is on the line. I want someone who can give me a couple different options that can make me right if I don't make the correct play call. Marcus Mariota is that guy. He has shown it because he takes care of the ball in the red zone, doesn't turn it over. And so, game on the line, I'm going to give it to Marcus and say, go win it, big fella.
No, I like that answer, Bucky, but I'm going to go what I think is a little bit better version of Marcus Mariota, and that's Russell Wilson, who has that Super Bowl credibility to go along with his game. And you talk about the ability to extend the play. You've only got one shot at this thing. I know he can hang in the pocket and make every throw. We've seen him do that. You're seeing it on the video right here. We've seen him do it on the big stage. But I also like the fact that he can pull a Houdini act. You get an unblocked rusher, he can wheel out the back door and make something special happen with his athleticism. So I think we're on the same page here, wanting a mobile guy. I just think Russell Wilson does the same things as Mariota. He just does them at a little higher level.
I mean, he does them at a higher level. He's been in the league a little longer. We have seen him get to the Super Bowl. I'm confident that my young fella, Marcus Mariota, is going to help elevate the Tennessee Titans. He'll have an opportunity also to show people that he can get it done in a one-play scenario.
All right, now we got one play done. Now let's look at game-winning drives, and I think we got a board here we can show you of who's been the most successful. You see right here, Matthew Stafford. You hit on this one last year, Bucky, about what he does in these game-winning drives. You see Derek Carr, look, in only 3 seasons to have 12 game-winning drives. Quite impressive there. You go down the list, the same number of drives there. Cam Newton, of course, it took him twice as long, 6 seasons to get those 12 game-winning drives. So you've got him in the mix. So we've got some good names here on this board, Bucky. You're up first here. You got a quarterback under the age of 30 for one drive. Who you got?
You got to earn your star. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott as the guy that I want. Even though he's not on the list, I am so impressed by what I've been able to see from the young quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He was Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's a guy that really came out of nowhere. 4th-round pick, takes over for Tony Romo, makes Tony Romo able to be dispensed. Now he's the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But it's more than that. It's his ability to make plays when they need it, whether it's running a quarterback draw to be able to score in the red zone, being able to make timely passes to Dez Bryant or Cole Beasley or Jason Witten over the middle of the field, or even finding a way to get the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. This is a guy that is an excellent decision maker, a guy that is efficient with the ball, only had 4 interceptions as a rookie. That is unheard of. Consistently posts a passer rating over 100. I'm going with Dak Prescott. The game is on the line. I want this guy to have the ball. I believe he finds a way to get the team into the end zone.
I like what you're thinking here, Bucky. You're buying a little bit into the future. I'm going to go off of what I've seen in the past and also project a little bit. That's Andrew Luck. We saw him number 3 on that list, the most number of comebacks there. And so to me, I've seen him do it in the past. I've seen him do it 18 times, as a matter of fact. And I like the fact that, again, I kind of reiterate what I said about Russell Wilson. He can beat you inside the pocket. He can win outside the pocket. And he's got a little bit of that clutch factor. I think that goes back to college when you watched him at Stanford on those big 3rd downs, being able to extend drives. He can do it. He'll drop his shoulder and run over you if he has to get that extra yard. So Andrew Luck, to me, he's the most talented quarterback. You look at everything that he can do. He needs to stay healthy, and you got some better players in front of him now to help him in that regard. But one drive, I'm going to hand the keys to the offense over to number 12 with the horseshoe on his helmet.
I mean, it's hard to argue that Andrew Luck has been able to really carry that offense, step right in for Peyton Manning, gotten them back into relevancy, and has also made them a consistent playoff contender. When he's healthy, he's as good as any quarterback in the game. I can see you making that argument. I just kind of like the Cowboys guy a little better.
You like that fancy star on the side of the helmet here. All right, how about quarterback under 30 for one game. Bucky, who you got?
You know, this is tough because at the top of the game-winning drive list is Matthew Stafford, and I talked about last year making a case for him to be the MVP. I wanted to go there, but I decided to go a different route. I'm going to go Derek Carr from the Oakland Raiders being the guy that I want to have for one game. Ultimate gunslinger, and some would say he might be the best young quarterback in the game. His ability to make plays to every area of the field, his ability to extend plays, drop dimes from off-platform throws, he's terrific. So Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr for one game. If it's a one-and-done scenario, I'm going to go with the fella with the Raider on the side of his hill.
All right, well, I'll get to Carr in just a minute here, but I've got one game, and let's say that the human existence is on the line. I'm going to give the football to a guy in Jameis Winston that I go back, and I remember sitting in the stadium when he was playing for a national championship. I was sitting next to this very handsome man, a former NFL scout, former NFL player, sat next to me, and we watched him just deliver and make things happen and win the big game at the collegiate level. And I think we're going to see it at the NFL level. Oh, yeah, that was you that was sitting next to me at that game, Buck. To me, I've got one game. Jameis Winston has that ice water in his veins. We've seen those big stage moments. He's had them throughout college. We're seeing a little glimpse of it here at the NFL level. I think we're going to see a lot more of it. I just trust him. He thrives in those pressure situations. I'm giving it to number 3.
I mean, I can believe it. I'm a big fan of Jameis Winston. I think he's the ultimate competitor at the position. He is a guy that really understands the big moment. And because he's so good at one drive, one game, I'm also going to say that he's the guy that I want for the next 10 years. And the reason I want Jameis Winston for the next 10 years, I believe he's the prototypical franchise quarterback. Big, strong arm playmaker, a guy with outstanding confidence and poise, understands how to step up when the moment is needed for the quarterback to make a play. I just kind of want this kind of guy that has that infectious personality, a big game performer. I believe that's what you have to be a franchise quarterback. That's why I'm willing to hitch my wagon to Jameis Winston for the next 10 years.
Yeah, we're just flipping it around here. Last answer, you talked about having Derek Carr. I had Winston. Now you have Winston for the next 10 years, and I'm going to take your guy Derek Carr for the next decade. I just think when you look at what he can do, and you talk about the poise that he has inside the pocket, the huge arm to be able to strike down the field, make big plays, and he's got a little bit of that magic to him too. I mean, look, if he stays healthy last year, I think that Raiders football team could have given the Patriots a nice run there in the AFC. I think he's positioned over the next decade with some of the pieces they have in place around him to win not one but multiple championships. And if I got to pick one quarterback for the next decade, I love everything about Derek Carr on the football field. Bucky, I might even love him more off the football field in terms of what he brings and talk about the leadership, the toughness, all those things he brings to the table. I'm going to saddle up with Derek Carr.
I mean, everyone wants a blue-chip talent with a blue-collar mentality. Both of the guys that we talked about, Jameis Winston, Derek Carr, and even some of the other quarterbacks that are on this list possess those traits. You're looking for difference makers at this position because ultimately it's the most important position in football. You have to have someone that can be a game changer at that spot to get it done.
All right, do us a favor. Let us know in the comment section below who you would take in these categories. Remember, you can't repeat.